Welcome back to another TV Box Top DIY Box segment, where the best TV box is the one that you build yourself. Today I'm here to demonstrate the awesome power of the Khadas Edge2 in one of its many uses, and that is when you apply it as an Android TV box. Khadas recently released their latest Android 12 operating system, and it's geared towards users who prefer the mobile version of Android with a navigation bar and full status bar, root access, configured in a 64-bit mode, full access to the Google Play Store and Google Play services, compatibility with key mapping apps, streaming of movies and TV shows, 4K video playback, surround sound audio, and the next level high-end Android gaming, retro gaming, and PlayStation emulation gaming. So stick around and see why I call it the most powerful Android TV box to date. And welcome back. So this is the Khadas Edge2 ARM mini PC as it's correctly called. And in my last video I assembled all its components, the final piece being its attractive case. You can get the complete assembly to purchase, or you can purchase the board separately as well as the fan and heatsink, whether it's the fan and heatsink combo or fanless cooling design using only a large heatsink. The case, on the other hand, was in limited supply and is currently pending restock. You can, however, use another case by KKSB that uses only a heatsink for cooling. So to purchase the complete unit or assemble the parts separately, I placed all of the links in the description below. So let's take a look at the features of the complete unit. So to the top, it has a metal grille for ventilation, whether you are using the fan and heatsink combo or the heatsink only. The Khadas branding, a power LED and activity LED. To its rear, it has one USB 3.0 port, one USB Type-C display port, one HDMI 2.1 port, another USB Type-C power delivery only port, and a USB 2.0 port. Unfortunately, it does not have an Ethernet LAN port. To its left side, it has a power button, a function button, and a reset button. At the front, it has a built-in microphone for far-field voice commands. And to its base, it has two anti-skid rubber strips, its 7-pin UART USB pogo connector pins, and inside the cover, it has 4 powerful magnets to secure any device to it or it to any device to utilize its connectors. To provide power, it uses at most 9 watts 0.14 amps during intensive activities, so it's recommended that you use a variable USB Type-C power adapter that can deliver 5 volts, 3 amps or higher, because depending on what peripherals you have connected to its USB ports that require additional power, a higher voltage and wattage will be needed. Please note, this purchase does not include a power adapter or wireless air mouse controller. So to convert it into a super Android TV box, you need to install their latest Android 12 image. Do this by pressing and holding the function button and either press the power button or plug in the power adapter while holding the function button. This will take you to their OWOW interface. Once you have entered the image installation section, the latest image of Android 12 at the time of making this video is dated the 29th of June 2023. So that's the one you install, and once completed, reboot into your new Android operating system. So here we are at the launcher, and this one is called the Quickstep Launcher, and it features long-click menu pop-ups and drag and drop shortcuts. It has a navigation bar and a full status bar with system controls. You can use custom images as wallpapers, and you can also use live wallpapers. It has built-in screen rotation to portrait mode, reverse portrait, and reverse landscape, and you can also use any screen rotation app and it will work. For hardware enthusiasts, let's take a look at its awesome specs. The chipset is Rockchip and it comes with 8GB of DDR4 RAM and 32GB of internal storage in the basic model. The Pro model comes with 16GB of RAM and 64GB of internal storage. Its Bluetooth version is 5.0. Its CPU is the Rockchip RK3588S model, which is an octa-core processor divided into 2 cores, a quad-core Cortex-A55 clocked at 1.8 GHz and a quad-core Cortex-A76 clocked at 2.256 GHz for a total of 8 cores configured in 64-bit mode with a maximum CPU clock speed of 2.256 GHz. It has both 32 and 64-bit ABIs, which means it can run both 32 and 64-bit apps and games. Its GPU is the Mali-G610 quad-core graphics processor with OpenGL ES version 3.2, which provides high-end gaming performance. Its Wi-Fi adapter is the PCI Express AP6275P T2TR Wi-Fi 6 module that delivers dual-band Wi-Fi 6AX connectivity via the highest WPA3 personal AES encryption on both the 2.4 and 5 GHz band. Its operating system is Android 12, internally codenamed Snowcone, and it shows here that it's rooted. Its Mali-G610 GPU has a Vulkan support API version 1.1. Its idle operating temperature with its active cooling system is around 48 degrees Celsius, and during the live demonstrations we will see how low it maintains during intensive gaming. And for decoders, it only has decoders for the playback of 4K HDR HLG videos. There are no AV1, Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos EAC3 or DTS HD. I will, however, test for software decoding for surround sound audio. And that's its system and hardware information. For certification to play streaming services in HD and 4K, it only has Google Widevine Level 3 with no HDCP protection. And for root access, it shows that it's rooted. This is not the perfect environment to stream services such as Netflix in HD and 4K, so even if you have an HD account, you will be limited to 480p resolution.
47, 48, 49, 50.
For watching YouTube videos, you can use the mobile version to watch YouTube videos in 4K 2160p resolution with HDR. However, the Android TV version crashes continuously with HDR videos only. If you are interested in watching movies and TV shows from alternative sources, those cannot be shown in this video due to restrictions, only to say that those work perfectly in HD and 4K. For connecting Bluetooth devices such as gamepads and wireless air mouse controllers, with its Bluetooth 5.0 technology, you can connect any of these devices to navigate its menu if you intend to use it as an Android TV box. So the way we measure its performance in addition to benchmarks is by playing high graphics Android games, PlayStation 2 emulator games, and some retro gaming, and monitor for speed, graphics rendering, and for overheating. Let's take a look at its Android gaming performance. This is Shadowgun Legends with graphics set to the highest ultra settings, and the gameplay is flawless. This game is also gamepad ready, and during this game, its cooling fan maintained a cool operating temperature below 50 degrees Celsius. Next is a new action-packed high graphics game called Undawn. This game requires more system resources to render its graphics, and its temperature rose to around 55 degrees Celsius, which is still very good heat management. This game is not gamepad ready, so I used the Panda Mouse Pro key mapping application. This is Grid Autosport, a 64-bit Android game that will only appear on the Play Store if you have a 64-bit Android device. For optimal performance, I edited its preferences configuration file and set the resolution to 2160p and its FPS to 60, and it plays smoothly without issues. This game is gamepad ready. If you are into retro gaming, then this is your dream device. Unfortunately, Emulec does not support the Rockchip chipset, so you cannot load their operating systems via USB. Instead, you can install the RetroArch app from the Play Store and load your large game directories via USB. The Edge2 is so powerful, it can play any game or emulator you throw at it, even with games running off of external storage via USB. Even more difficult than Android gaming is PlayStation 2 emulation gaming. Using the Aether SX2 emulator, I loaded a couple of big name titles and they all ran smoothly. During gameplay, its temperature maintained around 60 degrees and under. So that's its awesome gaming performance, and there is no ARM SBC currently that can match its performance. You are also very safe while engaging in this level of gameplay, as its CPU cooling fan does an excellent job at maintaining its heat within safe levels. So in my quest to use the Edge2 as a complete Android TV box solution with all its bells and whistles, it will be incomplete without 4K HDR HLG and surround sound audio capabilities. For those who have self-hosted 4K HDR HLG videos stored on external storage such as external hard drives, pen drives, or personal NAS servers can enjoy 4K HDR and HLG using media players such as Kodi and VLC, but not all media players work well on this box. It does not have the AV1 decoder, so it cannot play those videos. And for surround sound audio, I was a bit worried during the system and hardware information segment that there were no surround sound audio decoders listed. However, when I connected to my 7.1 AV receiver, it produced all of the formats, and these include Dolby Atmos, Dolby Digital Plus, Dolby Surround, Dolby True HD, DTS HD Master Audio, and DTS-X. And as mentioned, not all of the media players work well on this mini PC. So in order to get all of these formats, you would have to use the Kodi media player, and in the settings area, change the settings to expert, then set the audio channels to 7.1, enable audio pass-through, and all related decoder options. This is Dolby Atmos. Here it outputs DTS HD Master audio. This is DTS-X. Next, Dolby Digital Plus.
Whether the soundscape sets the mood of a scene.
Next, we have the center channel.
And Dolby True HD.
Over here is the right channel.
So the Play Store and Play Services gives you full access to all apps and games, and more important is that your apps and games can access your saved data from your purchases and gameplay progress. This is why the Panda key mapping apps work well on this PC together with its root access. This is a most welcome development, as I've seen this failed in other SBC boards where you have access to the Google Play Store but cannot access your purchase data or gameplay progress. And now a look at its benchmarks, and I'm using the kernel auditor application to set its CPU governor to performance mode. First, its RAM and internal storage read and write speeds. Its RAM copy speed is unreal compared to other boxes. It scored 26,850 megabytes per second. The average score of the best performing TV box is around 9,000. Its internal storage has a read speed of 262 megabytes per second and a write speed of 114. Its USB 3.0 port, when connected to a 1TB M.2 SSD enclosure, has a read speed of 354 megabytes per second and a write speed of 408 megabytes per second. In testing its Wi-Fi 6 network adapter, it's amazing that both its 2.4 and 5 GHz band achieved the maximum speed of my network. And just to clarify, my Wi-Fi 6 router's 2.4 and 5 GHz band are separate and not set to auto-distribute, so these tests are indeed accurate. And during this test, I set both bands to WPA3 personal with AES encryption, and it had no issues connecting with it. The latest Geekbench 6 CPU benchmark yielded a score of 811 single-core and 2,311 multi-core. In benchmarking its GPU performance, the 3DMark Wildlife Extreme stress test generated a score of 1,113. And in the latest version of the Antutu benchmark version 10 that features new tests generated a score of 564,665. So those are the benchmarks, and let's now see where it ranks on my chart. So with these scores, the Khadas H2 is the #1 performing ARM chipset that can be used as a full-fledged Android TV box and a super powerful Android gaming console. To view this chart where you can compare its performance to the other top 5 models in this list, see the link in the description below this video. And I also attached a link right here to check out its current prices on major retail stores. In summary, the Edge2 is not an official Android TV box but an ARM mini PC you can assemble to perform the role. and it does so with superior performance and style with its attractive case. This mini PC is not for everyone as there is a high price tag attached to it, but as the saying goes, if you want the good stuff, you will have to pay for it, and this unit is value for money. For cons, well, it's not certified to play services such as Netflix in HD and 4K only at basic resolution due to low wideband HDCP requirements. It does not come with a power supply or wireless controller to complement the rest of its components. The firmware does not have a root switch, and there is no Ethernet LAN port. And that, my friends, brings to an end this updated review. In my next video, we take a look at FidoOS running on this device and what we can achieve with it. So as usual, give this video the thumbs up if you like the information contained in this video. If you would like to purchase, then be sure to use my links in the description as they are my affiliate links and provides the means for me to acquire new products for review. So thanks in advance for your support. If you are just landing on my video for the first time, then be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that notifications bell to keep in the loop as to when I release new videos or decide to do a giveaway. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.